Good morning, friends. Thank you for joining me again. Also, thank you for your vacuum cleaner recommendations. Based on your comments, I finally bought a cordless stick-type vacuum. We're going to unbox this bad boy today and give it a test drive. And for a late lunch or an early dinner today, we're going to make a 1980s cast iron pan pizza. I made the pizza dough yesterday, so let me take you back in time so you can see the recipe. This cast iron pan pizza recipe is from America's Test Kitchen. To make the dough, I'm first weighing out 312 grams of all-purpose flour. Then I will add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of instant yeast, and stir everything to combine. Then I will stir in 1 cup of warm water that's heated to about 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we can knead the dough right in the bowl for just 1 minute. At this point, we can transfer the dough to a greased pie plate and cover it with greased cling film. The dough needs to rest in the refrigerator for 12 to 24 hours in order to develop its sensational flavor and unique texture. And here is the pizza dough that we refrigerated overnight. I need to let this sit out at room temperature for about 30 minutes. That will give us enough time to unbox and assemble this vacuum cleaner. Also, I need to charge the vacuum cleaner's battery. I want to thank you all for your cordless vacuum recommendations. I wanted to buy a Miele or a Dyson, but they were honestly beyond my budget. I ended up buying a Shark Power Pro, which many of you recommended to me. And I have no regrets. This hall carpet is pretty dirty. I will have great fun vacuuming it today after I charge the battery. Is this a new cat toy? While the vacuum cleaner battery is charging, we can continue with the pizza. I need to form this dough into a 12-inch diameter cast iron skillet, which is way down here. Don't need the lid. Now, this is a well-seasoned cast iron skillet. Nothing should stick to it, but I do need to add a good amount of olive oil. About 3 tablespoons. Add the dough. And then I need to press this out so it extends to the walls of the pan. Now, I need to let this dough sit at room temperature until it begins to rise. That will take about 90 minutes. Meanwhile, we can make the pizza sauce. Now, I will post the link for the pizza sauce I'm making in the description below. I have some of the San Marzanos that you and I grew together in last summer's garden and froze. I've let them thaw in some water. I just need to trim them up by removing the core end. I don't even have to chop these San Marzanos because I'm going to make the sauce right in my blender. And besides the San Marzanos, I need tomato paste from a 6-ounce can, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of dried oregano or oregano, a teaspoon of sugar, or you could use honey here. Pizza sauce always has a slight sweetness to it. 2 garlic cloves. I'm actually using one of the garlic pucks that you and I made together from homegrown garlic. A half teaspoon or thereabouts of salt, a pinch of ground black pepper. And you could add chopped fresh basil leaves to this, but I don't have any basil today. And then we can blend the works. I want to give this a quick taste to determine whether or not it needs any additional salt. Oh, this is really good. This is perfect pizza sauce. Doesn't need any additional salt. I want to transfer this thick wonderfulness to a bowl, and then I will refrigerate it until we need it. And while we wait for that to happen, I'm going to read the instruction manual for the new vacuum cleaner. My pizza dough is still rising, but my vacuum battery is fully charged. So let's go give it a test drive. It gets under furniture. Look at that. Couldn't do that with my other vacuum. I have had this vacuum for several days now, and I will confess that I really like it. The vacuum automatically adjusts itself when you move from carpet to hardwood flooring. There is no button to press. I'm very happy with the suction. There's even a little trigger on the handle that allows me to boost the suction whenever necessary. I also love the light on the motor that allows me to see every speck of dust or strand of pet hair. If you already own a stick vacuum, you know how much freedom they afford. There's no cord to plug in and then unplug when you move from room to room. Out of habit, I keep finding myself reaching for the cord only to remember there isn't one. I also like the 2-in-1 brush and nozzle attachment. It's great for window hangings and upholstered furniture. I can put a link for this vacuum cleaner in the description below if you'd like to learn more about it. Honestly, I don't know why I waited so long to buy a stick vacuum. It's a game changer for me. Well, I really like that vacuum, and I would like to continue vacuuming, but I am starving. It is pizza time. Have my sauce, my pizza dough, which is good and bubbly. Now, I had forgotten to mention that you were supposed to cover this dough with cling film while it's rising. So my oven has preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius, and the oven rack is set to the lowest position. So I only need a half cup or so of the sauce. My sauce is so thick that it's not spreading easily, but we are to spread the sauce to within 1 inch or so from the border. From the edge. I need my offset spatula. And here it is. Then I need Monterey Jack cheese, which I am going to place all along the perimeter. And it's all right if some of the cheese touches the sauce. Then we are to push the Monterey Jack cheese over so that it forms a 1/2 to 3/4 inch wall. In a video, I saw someone actually push the cheese down a bit. And what this wall of cheese will do is actually fry in the oven and create a very crispy, cheesy edge of the crust. Then we need good old mozzarella. We're going to bake this in the preheated oven until the cheese at the edge turns brown. That will take about 25 minutes. Let's check on the pizza. And it is sizzling away. Next step is to run a butter knife around the edge. And you can see that the Monterey Jack cheese that we put along the edge has browned beautifully. I need my flexible spatula because I want to see if the underside has browned appreciably. Nope. So the underside is not as brown as I would like. So what we do is put the skillet over medium heat on the stovetop. And I'm going to let this sit here for about 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes, and then we will check the underside again. Turn off the flame. We have some good color at the bottom of this crust now, which means the crust will be crispy. I should leave my gloves on. I want to try, well, I want to make an attempt to transfer this pizza to my round board over here. So I'm going to use 2 spatulas. Here we go. And I need my pizza cutter. A little trick I learned from this recipe was to start cutting from the center. That way you don't crush the pizza or smash the pizza. So as I was cutting, I could hear just how crispy the bottom crust is. So I just fetched some baby arugula leaves. Lizette is here. Will you have a slice?
No.
No?
Okay, I will.
You will. She said no. And then yes.
You look shocked there.
I was shocked.
Of course I'll
It's
have
like,
a slice.
how could you possibly resist this pizza?
Anything KLJ is top tier.
Thank you. Will you have some arugula?
Yes.
Also known as rocket. And I have some homemade raspberry vinaigrette here. And then we need our pizza. These are mighty large slices. Do they fit on the plate? Yes. That looks pretty. Shall we eat these in the music room, Lizette?
Yes.
Okay, good. To the music room. I always forget to mention that if you enjoy these videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. And now, let's attack this pizza. This is fabulicious, my friends. Wow. I think this is the best pizza crust I've ever made in my life. Look at how crisp and brown this is. One more bite. The crust is beautifully crisp. The sauce is almost like it's fresh from the garden. Well, because we use San Marzanos that were harvested from the garden. The touch of oregano is just perfect in here. And what can I say about the cheese? Well, the Monterey Jack certainly created this uber crispy edge. It's totally delicious. And Lizette will join me in just a moment. I want to thank you for spending time with me today as we tested out the new vacuum and we made this magnificent cast iron skillet pizza. I will have another video on Friday and I hope you will watch. And until then, please treat yourself very well. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye for now, friends.